I got my little booger with me. Say hey, Lay. Say hey, Lay. Say hey, Lay. Say hey, Lay. Say hey. Say hi. Okay. She said hey. So it's Ted Politics. We back again. And this time we gonna be looking at this video about rapper Quavo got famous doing what? I gotta find out what it was, cause I don't know. So without further ado, it's your boy Noah Jacob TV giving this info.
What's good, family? Welcome back to the channel. In this video right here, we have Quavo paid a dark price for his recent success. Now we know, if you have watched a lot of my other videos, we know that these celebrities, especially these rappers that be mainstream, they do a lot of crazy things behind closed doors to get to the point that they're at today. So let's see in this video right here about the truth is and what he has to share.
Remember what happened a few months back in November of last year? The world was shocked when suddenly 1/3 of the Migos passed away after attending a dice game at a Houston bowling alley. The incident that happened never made sense to me, as the story that was told seemed odd. This led me from the moment that this happened to further look into what took place that Halloween night, and what I found was telling me a completely different story. It's important to note that when all of this happened, the Migos weren't as popular as they once were. They were falling off. Their time in the limelight was expiring.
Yeah.
They were no longer the biggest artists. They weren't the type of artists that were filling up stages anymore. They definitely had their fan base, but their time had passed. They once dominated the Billboard charts. Now they were fading away and were struggling to even get a hit song.
Yeah, I remember Migos was really popping like 2017, 2018, around that area.
It appeared that the industry had forgotten about the Migos and they were moving on to the next new thing. The Migos were also dealing with issues with their label QC, and they were robbing them for millions of dollars. They even led to the group's breakup when Offset left QC after bad business practices. Then right before the Migos would be forgotten to the masses, Takeoff would pass away out of nowhere, and it sparked interest in the remaining members of the Migos. We know how the industry works. We know what's the price for success in the industry. Just like Kanye stated, a sacrifice must be made to have success in the industry. He said that the industry is trying to traumatize, monetize, and it's true. We know that this is true. It appeared to me that what happened to Takeoff was sadly a ritual offering. And there's plenty of signs that we can find all over this situation.
So he said the internet trying to monetize trauma. So everybody basically making money off of other people's trauma is what you telling me? That's crazy. Y'all gotta pay attention to these things. People just making money off of these people, man. Oh, my bad.
Many truth seekers like myself have noticed strange foreshadowing imagery that was displayed in the Messy music video, and it features Quavo and Takeoff. A video that came out the exact same day that they passed away. That Takeoff passed away. The Messy video came out on October 31st on Halloween. And like I said before, Halloween is an important night to the pagans and occultists.
Yeah.
They use it for their rituals. That's the best day for them to perform rituals. That's when we see Wiccans and witches, pagans.
It's the devil's day.
Ritual offerings to Samhain. Quavo and Takeoff's Messy video showed very interesting imagery throughout the whole video, especially when after dropping that video, later that night, Takeoff would pass away. Once we see the video and we can connect it together, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There's 3 scenes in the video that seems to foreshadow what was going to happen in Takeoff. We've spoken about them before, but we're going to bring them back in because it connects to the new video. The first thing was in the very beginning of the video, Takeoff walks by a group of guys arguing over a gambling bet. This is eerie because we know that Takeoff later passed because of an incident that happened over a gambling bet. The next scene we need to talk about is the scene that shows Quavo on the bed. While Quavo's on the bed, he appears to be reading a document that states Migos contract. Quavo then puts the contract down and picks up his piece. Then he places one hand over his face with a sad look in his eye and almost looks at the contract like the contract is telling him to do something. The very next scene of the video is the most revealing of it all. The next scene shows Takeoff standing next to a R.I.P. Reaper Halloween decoration poster. This is what made me realize instantly. This is where I saw...
You can see the R.I.P. right over here, yeah.
That Takeoff was going to be offered. This is the moment that I came to that realization. It is not a coincidence that they showed Takeoff next to the R.I.P. poster. Then later that day, he would pass away. It's obvious Takeoff
The reason I put lead gen on a
That's
list like a
crazy how they be
Lamborghini
hiding
is because
messages
the
in these
fastest way that I
songs,
found
man.
to
Y'all
six
probably
figures
don't
a
believe
month,
this stuff, but they be hiding the truth right in front of us, dog. Right in front of us.
Takeoff was Quavo's offering, and this happened literally on Samhain. It happened on Halloween Day. And we know that occultists do this to receive a good harvest. Since Takeoff passed, Quavo has had much more success. He got to perform at the Grammys. You know, he did that tribute, which to me it didn't seem like a tribute. It seemed more like an honoring of a sacrifice. You know, in the Grammys performance, Quavo was dressed in all black, supposedly mourning the falling of his brother, while he was wearing a black mask that covered half of his face. We know what that black mask imagery represents. The mask that Quavo had on was showing the one-eye symbolism, and Quavo was holding Takeoff's chain. To me, this clearly appeared like Quavo was honoring his sacrifice for the good harvest that he was about to receive, and by that time he was already receiving. Recently, Quavo dropped a new video that showed some even more interesting imagery. I believe the music video is called Honey Bun, and it connects directly to Messi, in my opinion, because of some of the imagery that I can see in there. This video to me confirms that Takeoff was an offering for Quavo's good fortune. In the video, we see two very important scenes. In this video, we see two very important scenes. One scene that shows Quavo inside of a vault that's covered in money, and then it breaks away quickly to a shot of a file cabinet that says QC contract. This is not a coincidence, people. In the Messi video, Quavo was reading a Migos contract and showing himself with a piece. Then the next scene is Takeoff standing next to an RIP poster. Now in this video, they show the reference to the Migos contract or the QC contract. It's the same thing. And Quavo's literally standing in a vault full of money. We then see Takeoff in another scene wearing the same one-eye symbolism mask he wore at the Grammys. There's also another scene that shows Quavo outside of the vault, and behind Quavo there's a man wearing a hoodie and a black mask appearing like a Grim Reaper. It's obvious to me, all of this imagery points to Takeoff being a ritual offering. Quavo has been receiving all of this success, his streams are up, he performed at the Grammys, and the industry is once...
Nah, what if... This is the thought, yeah. What if they just made news coverage as if Takeoff had died?
Stop.
Just to bring like Spark back. But he never really died though. Like he's just probably just living like his own life. Like probably chopped his hair off. He's probably a bald dude now. I don't know. It was just a thought, yeah.
Nah, for real, I heard that. It's funny that he say that because I actually heard something like that.
So I have one guy that managed to make it 6 times. Or five or 6.
He's been honored on your body 5 times.
Yeah, so I
Damn.
have...
Okay.
So I have Chief Keef's birthday, his last name, his name, his nickname, and his... Like, I have CK on my ankles, then I have his last name right here. And then I had... Well, actually, I just covered his birthday.
Okay.
Up here. And then I have So on my ear. And then I have Keith on my wrist.
Oh, damn. Why'd you cover his birthday?
Because I'm sick of his shit.
Okay, but you're keeping the other one.
No, I'm getting them removed.
Okay.
I am just like tired of being delusional. I'm so over it. Like, I just remember like my best friend Salon like told me like she was like, you know what? She's watched everything, all the hard times. She's been there through all of it, and she just every time she says, you're not gonna listen to me.
Hear about? I heard you have like all your.
My bad, that was random. Bad baby got 5 to 6 tattoos of Chief Keef on her, or something that got something to do with Chief Keef on her.
The industry is once again behind them. Now, no matter what no one says, there isn't this many coincidences in one situation without there being anything behind it. Especially, we spoke about the Messi video plenty of times. But then it connects to this, especially since he's showing us the same mask that he wore at the Grammys. He's showing us himself inside of this vault with all this money, what he received for what he did, for the offering he made.
No,
you have to remember, it's not a coincidence.
I heard it,
Takeoff
yeah, that's true.
left this world October 31st. They said it was November 1st because it happened in the 1 a.m. and then the 2 or 3 a.m. hours, which is even more resembles a sacrifice and a ritual because that's literally the time that this happens. All of this is a sign to let us know that they chose Quavo to make this offering. I don't even think Offset had anything to do with this. That's probably why they were having this disagreement during the Grammy event backstage. You know, they were showing Cardi B having all this, you know, this giant problem that they had backstage, and it was being reported. Everybody heard about it. I think that Offset didn't know that this was going to happen. And I feel like, especially when we see the fact that they went on by themselves, they separated, they did their own things. Quavo and Takeoff had their own, basically their own group at that point, and Offset was basically off to the side.
Yeah.
But now we have Quavo, who's now literally gonna be, believe it or not, he's gonna have the support. He's gonna come, he's gonna have a rebirth in the industry. His last song did 1 million views in 2 days. That's him by himself. He's usually releasing songs with an entire group. He never really releases that much songs. I think he did about a year ago. He released an album, but he made music with his crew, with the Migos, and that's how he was able to be successful. But now they're gonna try to market him as a solo artist. The proof is in the pudding. The QC contract, they show him the contract.
And he's probably gonna be making more money now too.
She really tired.
I know, like, as the group, they're most definitely splitting it 3 ways. Now it's just 100% to him.
Sees the contract. Now we're seeing they're referencing the contract again.
Oh, wait.
Contract. They show him the contract. He sees the contract.
Nah, it's funny because I had just mentioned 3 ways. And
now we're seeing they're referencing the contract again while he's in the vault.
Interact successful while he's in the way.
Say that she was what rebirthed, to the.
Alright, y'all. If y'all want to watch the rest of that video, it's right there on his channel. Go check it out. Yeah. I think that Quavo definitely sacrificed Takeoff because he was a hater. He hated on him low-key. He low-key hated on him. His own nephew, dog. Hated on his fucking nephew. That's how that shit be, man. You gotta watch who the fuck around you, these money-hungry motherfuckers. Cause they'll try to kill your ass for $1. I could care less about $1. I'm still wishing I had my motherfucking granny back, my best friend back, my uncle back. You feel me? Cause that's what matter. The people matter. Fuck the dollars. The dollars are fake anyways. All this shit fake anyways. If you really know, you know. This little girl, look at her. Say see you later. Look, lay. Say see you later. Say see you later. She's so bad, man.